I'm basically just saying this one tile. There's loads of tiles that I could say these tactics on, but I'm just saying this one because I want people to realize how strong some of these tiles are. They're actually kind of insane, and when you play at the highest level, like when you go against really strong survivors, you see this, and when you go against bad survivors, you don't see this. Okay, so let's say, whoops, I thought I was doing something bad then. Let's say you go against bad survivors on this tile. All right, let's say there's a gen here. Okay. No, actually, let's not even put a gen. Let's, oh, shit. Right. Camping, thank you for the $10. I will grab that one sec. Toad Sage, thank you for the Prime as well. Brody for the 21 months. Appreciate Truly Lights for the 40 bits as well. Thank you. Okay, so a bad survivor. This is what I mean by how people can't tell when it's good survivor or bad survivor. So a bad survivor here, right? They see the killer come this way. Let's just put like as if the killer starts here. All right, so they see the killer come this way. They'll run up here, won't look behind, and then they'll just go straight back to the pallet and then probably put it down, right? So you could easy mind game that. All you have to do is just go up with a killer, red glow mind game, moonwalk, hit them, right? Very, very simple. Probably even worse than that, they'll just run that way because they don't even understand this tile. When you start getting more sophisticated, they'll go here, and now they'll look this way, and they'll look this way, and they'll look for more options. Say if there's another pallet here, then they're like, okay, well, I have this option now. So that's really, you kind of don't want that, basically. Or if there's like a TL up here or something. Hopefully this is on its own. When it's on its own and this is not down, you have a very big chance of hitting them, okay? So they'll go there and they'll look both ways. You know they're going to look both ways, right? They're definitely going to look both ways. So what you need to do is you need to catch them off guard when they're looking both ways, where you need to push them enough, right? Let's say they're up here. This is you. You need to push them. Oops. You need to push them enough, right, for them to be scared and push down here because they need to make this pallet. That's what you need to do. Depending on how good the survivor is, they'll be harder to budge, right? Sometimes you'll see me go up, right? And then point my red glow here to force the push. And then moonwalk back with the red glow. Pushing it outwards, by the way. Keep this red glow outwards. Because as soon as you look in, they see your red glow. And then what do? They push back because they know you're there. Okay? But sometimes they're smart enough to, see it here. Go to a certain position, but then see you here, and then you come back here. You can do this. I don't know how long you want to do this for. Usually, by doing this technique, pushing the red glow here, moonwalking back. If you see them, pushing it here, moonwalking back. Try and really, push the limit to where they need to move if they make the right read, right? So or the wrong read, sorry. So you don't want to just go here. You kind of want to go to a position where if they don't start running now, you would hit them if you just carried on with it, right? That's what you need to push, right? That's what you need to aim for. That's if the pallet's down, right? That's just the simple part. Oh, sorry, when it's up. When the pallet's down, there is zero mind game, and I'll show you why. So they've put the pallet down. The killer's here. The survivor's here, right? If the killer goes this way, the survivor can go here, right? When the survivor's here, he can see you come from this way, and he can see you come from this way, okay? Even if you try and moonwalk here, he'll see you. If you moonwalk this way, he'll see you. He has loads of time to go all the way, right? And if you start trying to mind game around here, all he has to do, well, actually is there, right? All he has to do is just go back to the reset point. This is always going to be the reset point here. This is why this pallet is probably stronger than people think. And when I say put pallets down quickly, this is kind of why I say it. If you're not injured, you can mess around with this. If you have dead hard and you're injured, you can mess around with this. Even even with a pallet up, you can capitalize off it. But if you are not wanting to get hit, if you are injured and you don't have dead hard, you can play this pallet completely safe by keeping here, right? If the killer goes this way and tries to mind game here, there's no mind game. You just stand here. If he goes to here or something, you can just slide over. Oh, and also, I believe they can't see you, can they? No, they can't. So it's actually even better for you. One sec. Should have mentioned that. There's actually this. There's actually this. So as survivor, when you stood here, the killer can't actually see you. Forgot about that. So this is a really, really, really strong place. He makes no sense. Saying I make no sense. Jack, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey, True, do you have any tips on how to level up characters fast? Play a lot and do well, I guess. Toad Sage, and use add-ons and offerings and all that kind of stuff. How does this not make sense? This makes complete sense. So yeah, this loop, insanely strong. And hopefully I'll show you today. Once this pallet's down, a good killer will break it instantly. Instant break. If you're not breaking this instantly, you're not a good killer. Because you can't get them. Unless maybe Spirit, right? Or Nurse. Or maybe Hag. If she wants to really fuck around with it and maybe put a trap here and then push you around. But why don't you just stay here anyway? No, because you could just keep sliding back over forever. No, that won't work. The only trap would work is here, I think. But that's Hag. And that's thinking, you know, about specific killers and stuff. That's further than this. I'm explaining you can camp a pallet, killer can't hit you with a pallet down. Yeah, I'm explaining basically, you know, you can't camp it. You have to go to certain positions. So if the killer starts pushing this way, you need to go up here. Because he can mind game this for a lunge, and he can mind game this for a lunge. So you do need to go up here if he goes down there. If the killer goes up here, you can just stay here, just chill. Because he needs to come down here, and he needs to commit to a blind lunge, basically. You don't even know you're there. You see him, he don't even know you're there. You have to realize that. He doesn't know you're there. This is blocking his line of sight. So yeah, that's this one tile. That was just in my head. This is a tile. There's a lot of fucking tiles which are really strong, but this one I feel is probably stronger than people realize. You shouldn't really get hit here. Obviously, we've got human error and we can mess up or whatever, but for the most part, like, you shouldn't get hit here. Once that pallet's down, you should not get hit. Unless it's Doc. No, you can fuck with Doc as well on this tile. But yeah, Doctor's a lot stronger. There's a reason why people complain about Doctor and Freddy and things, because they have anti-loop, which, you know, they can shock you, go up here and then shock you here, and then you're going to have to go down here, which is a lot. So what I would say is, let's say you talk about the stronger killers, right? You've got Doctor. Doctor's better, obviously. He can go up here and he has more play. He doesn't have to just play around with this pretty much unmind gameable thing. He can create mind games. And by that, what I mean by that is he can shock here, right? And now you can't vault over, so you need to make a decision. Do you go up and call his bluff? Or do you go down and play it safer? But going down here is way less safe than standing here versus any other killer. So he puts you into a way less safe place. Is it a guaranteed hit? No, it's not. But he puts you into a way worse state. That's why survivors don't like it. Survivors just want this easy mode, no mind game position. No voice. What? Do all maps have these? Yeah, this is a tile. This is just a basic. I can't remember if it's like that. It might just be like that. It's a basic tile. You know, there's these ones. There's them ones too. The TLs with the windows. And at the highest level, you know how to loop these most optimally. But then it goes even past that, because once you understand how to loop it completely optimally, you can mind game people into believing you don't know how to do it, and then make them make mistakes. But that's even more. On mute, I can see my levels. I see my levels, guys. But yeah, just something that I thought I'd say. There's also, you know, the farm one, which is literally just a more safe version of this, where it has a tile here, and then it's like that. Obviously, you want to go around the long way. Obviously, the killer wants to force you into the short way. The short way still, you can make it to the pallet, but it's way less safe. This way has 0 mind game. Once this is put down, this is infinite. You can just go around it forever. I don't think you can even catch them with Bloodlust free. Which is really bad design, personally. But, you know, that's a whole different thing. That's on a farm map. I think you can get these on other maps as well, but on Fractured Cowshed, there's thousands of these. Seriously, you can get, like... You'll see it if I get Fractured Cowshed. You'll get one of them, and then it'll go into maybe a fucking... maybe even a jungle gym, right? You know, into jungle gym or whatever, and then another one back to back, then maybe even into the god palette, right? Like, yeah. Anyway, if I'd give you a bit of advice on this thing, there's 0 reason why you should be getting hit here. The only reason is if they catch you off guard and the palette isn't down, or if you want to risk it. Another reason why Dead Hard is so good, and I'll give you this one. This is why Dead Hard is so good, right? So if you are actually out positioned, right? So you got a bit greedy. You thought you'd be able to run past here, but then, oh shit, there's no more tile. And you're like, shit, okay, well, what can I do? Well, I need to back up and go here now, because this is the safest spot I can go. Killer comes. He's a good killer. He knows what to do. He's got this position now where there's actually a mind game. What survivors want, right, and when you play Survivor, is you want to go to positions where there's as little mind game as possible. And for the most part, you can kind of do it. But when you pushed here, this is actually a mind gameable position. The killer's going to try and push you, whatever, right? He's going to red glow, as I said. Obviously, look away. Look away so you don't show the red glow through here, or obviously they're going to see and it's going to be no mind game. Or if you want to actually really, you know, push it to another level, because it isn't black and white, you could mind game here going upwards, right? But then moonwalk backwards looking this way, right? So it looks like you're having momentum from this side. Remember, this is the side they're looking at. It looks like you're going up, but really you're going down, right? That's another thing. But the reason why Dead Hard's really good and why I call it a second chance, and it rectifies a wrong, etc., it rectifies the wrong read, is let's say you did get mind gamed, right? You thought he was pushing this way, and then all of a sudden he's here, and you're like, shit, he's 100% going to catch me now. He's going to commit to the chase because he knows he can reach. He knows his meters per second. He's going around. He should hit you here, but now you have Dead Hard. Woof. And then pallet drop. And what happens then? What happens when you pallet drop? This happens. He's here. You're here. Unmind gameable. He has to break the pallet. If he breaks the pallet, run to the next tile. There you go.